Ah, have you ever felt like you were going crazy in a relationship? Like you were constantly questioning your own reality? You might have been a victim of narcissistic manipulation. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, and they use a variety of mind games to control and abuse their partners. In this video, we'll be discussing 6 of the most common mind games narcissists use. We'll take a look at how these tactics work, why they're so effective, and most importantly, how to protect yourself from them. Let's get started. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where a person seeks to sow seeds of doubt in a victim's mind, making them question their own sanity. It's a gradual process and often starts subtly. Imagine this. You share a concern with your partner, and they flat out deny it ever happened. Or they might twist your words, making you feel like you're misremembering the situation. Over time, these small distortions of reality can chip away at your self-confidence and make you doubt your own perceptions. Narcissists use gaslighting to gain power and control in the relationship. By making you question your own judgment, they make you more reliant on them for validation and reassurance. They might tell you that you're overreacting, being too sensitive, or even that you're imagining things. This constant invalidation can leave you feeling confused, anxious, and emotionally off balance. The insidious thing about gaslighting is that it can be very difficult to recognize when it's happening. After all, narcissists are often charming and charismatic, and they may genuinely believe their own distorted version of reality. If you find yourself constantly second-guessing yourself or feeling like you're losing your grip on reality, it's important to trust your gut instinct. Remember, your feelings are valid, and you deserve to be with someone who respects your perception of reality. Love bombing is a manipulation tactic where the narcissist showers you with excessive attention, affection, and flattery, especially in the early stages of a relationship. It feels amazing, almost too good to be true, because it is. They shower you with compliments, gifts, grand gestures of love, and constant communication. This whirlwind romance can be incredibly intoxicating, but be warned, this intense affection often has a strategic motive. Narcissists use love bombing to quickly create a strong bond and gain control. This rapid escalation of intimacy can make it harder to see the red flags. Remember, healthy relationships develop gradually, with love and trust building over time. If something feels too intense too soon, trust your instincts. The silent treatment is a classic narcissistic manipulation tactic used to punish and control you. It's more than just taking some space. It's a deliberate withdrawal of communication and affection. After a disagreement, your partner completely shuts down. They refuse to acknowledge your presence and ignore your attempts to communicate. This silence can last for hours, days, or even longer, leaving you feeling anxious and confused. Narcissists use the silent treatment to evoke feelings of insecurity and self-doubt. They want you to feel like you've done something wrong and crave their validation. This silence can be incredibly emotionally draining. Remember, you don't deserve to be treated this way. Healthy communication involves addressing conflict directly and respectfully. Focus on taking care of your own emotional well-being. Chapter 4. Projection. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism where a person denies their own flaws, attributes, and unacceptable thoughts or feelings, and instead ascribes them to someone else. With narcissists, projection is a common tactic used to deflect blame and maintain their inflated sense of self. For example, a narcissist who is deeply insecure about their own intelligence might constantly accuse you of being stupid or incompetent, or a narcissist who is engaging in infidelity might accuse you of being unfaithful. The irony is that the qualities they project onto you are often reflections of their own insecurities and shortcomings. By projecting their flaws onto you, they can avoid facing their own issues and maintain a sense of superiority. Projection can be incredibly frustrating and confusing because you're being blamed for something that isn't even true. It's important to remember that their accusations are not a reflection of you, but rather a reflection of their own distorted reality. Don't get caught up in defending yourself against their baseless accusations. Instead, try to maintain your composure and focus on setting boundaries. Let them know that you won't tolerate being spoken to in that way, and that you refuse to engage in their projections. Chapter 5. Triangulation. Triangulation is a manipulation tactic where the narcissist introduces a third party into the relationship dynamic to create jealousy, insecurity, and competition. This third party could be anyone, a friend, a family member, a coworker, or even an ex. The narcissist uses this triangulation to gain validation, control your emotions, and undermine your sense of security in the relationship. Imagine this: your partner constantly compares you to someone else, making you feel inadequate. Or they might confide in someone else about your relationship problems, painting you in a negative light and garnering sympathy from the third party. By bringing a third party into the mix, the narcissist creates a sense of rivalry and insecurity. They might use the third party's opinions to validate their own criticisms of you or to make you feel like you have to compete for their attention. Triangulation can be incredibly damaging to your self-esteem and your sense of security in the relationship. It's important to remember that the narcissist is the one creating this dynamic and that you don't have to play their game. Don't allow yourself to get sucked into the drama or try to compete with the third party. Instead, focus on your relationship with the narcissist and address the underlying issues that are causing them to triangulate in the first place. Chapter 6. Blame shifting. Blame shifting is a hallmark of narcissistic behavior, a way for them to avoid taking responsibility for their actions and the consequences of their choices. It's a defense mechanism designed to protect their fragile ego and maintain their sense of superiority. In the world of a narcissist, they're never at fault. If something goes wrong, it's always someone else's fault, and that someone is often you. You might hear phrases like, "You made me do this," or "If you hadn't done that, this wouldn't have happened." They'll twist situations, conveniently forget details, and rewrite history to paint themselves as the victim and you as the villain. This constant blame shifting can be incredibly frustrating and emotionally draining. It can make you question your own judgment, doubt your perceptions, and even start to believe that you are the problem. Remember, you are not responsible for the narcissist's actions or their inability to take responsibility. Don't buy into their distorted version of reality or engage in circular arguments where you're constantly defending yourself. Instead, focus on setting boundaries and protecting your own emotional well-being. Protect yourself. Narcissists can be incredibly charming and manipulative, making it difficult to recognize the mind games they play. But by understanding these tactics, you can start to protect yourself from their manipulation. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship with someone who respects you, values your feelings, and takes responsibility for their actions. Don't settle for anything less. What other narcissistic manipulation tactics have you encountered? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Dose Psycho for more videos like these.